Yeah, so I mean, I'm probably not gonna use any of the material from back then, but sometimes it is nice to just go back and see where you did start, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry for the frames. We should be back now. My OBS decided to stop working. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just lost all frames, so it wasn't even uploading.
God.
So if you're not seeing the stream, there's a key to refresh if you can't hear me. But yeah, I get that. The other thing I was going to talk about with taking time away is I used to have it redeemed because I used to play Apex like almost every day with a group of friends.
Okay.
And I play off controller. And so I had a redeem where you could make me play keyboard and mouse. And I was terrible at it. Like, it was literally, I would lose the game because I could not aim and I could not play the game. It was terrible. And I hated it.
Then it's content.
And I'm like, guys, you're making the content worse because I'm not good at this.
That's fairy type. Oh my god.
So, no. No, you forgot it was fairy type?
Yeah. What time are we at? We're at 10 to 2 in the morning. Okay, that probably makes sense.
That makes sense.
I forgot. Oh my god.
No, I told somebody earlier they were hunting fletchling, and I'm like, and actually it was clipped yesterday as a firebird in my chat because I found them. I'm like, it's not a firebird. It's a normal flying type. Yeah. It doesn't get a fire type until it evolves.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that doesn't work. I'm like, yeah, it totally doesn't work. You gotta. They're like, I just completely forgot. I'm like, it makes sense because it does evolve into a fire and flying type, but you don't think about that. You know, you're gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
It's like trying to use a fire sandwich to find fletchling in Scarlet Mile. I'm like, it's not a fire type.
Nope, never gonna happen. Never gonna give you up. It's.
Did you just rope roll me?
No, not over here. But that's also with like the Terra typing as well. Like using it in a Nuzlocke then becomes like a Nuzlocke, for example. But like even in like regular play, you would have to either catch a Fletchinder or a Talonflame, like either in the wild or as a Terra raid to try and get the fire type or pay post game.
Maybe once I start doing competitive stuff, I'll look into the Terra types things. But yeah, I haven't delved into it yet.
I have a team that I want. I have like the ones. I have the Pokemon ready, but not like IV, EV ready. If that makes sense. Like I know the 6. I just
what 6 you want to use. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still in the process of. Do you use Pokemon Showdown at all?
I don't, but I do. I know of it like pretty well.
So I'm still in the process of like I'll build a team on Pokemon Showdown, and you can play online, and it's a lot easier than having to build a team in the game. Then you want to change something, and you have to go back and change it. So I'll run it through through Pokemon Showdown for a little bit, and then okay, that's what I want to use. And once I have that set, then I'll start building it in the game. But I don't want to start building it in the game unless I know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah. I mean, that's actually smart. It's resource friendly as well, I guess.
Yes. I already said I hate grinding, so I don't want to do it more than I have to.
Yeah. I was just thinking like, even if you wanted to like change one EV, for example,
you have to like reset the Pokemon entirely. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I did that with Sword and Shield. I was building my competitive team, and here's the Ponyard story for you guys who know what I'm about to say. I was doing Bisharp, and I was going to make a team with Bisharp. It was the last one I needed to complete my team. And I decided, if I'm going to do all this trouble to make a team, I'm going to Shiny Hunt it. So I Shiny Hunted everything. Did it all in Masuda method. Got to Bisharp. I almost went to full odds in Masuda method on Bisharp. Like I was at 3,764 or something like that.
Oh my god!
And so by the time I had caught it, Sword and Shield keeps changing metas. I built a team in Series 1. By the time I'd finished the team, it was Series 5.
Oh my! Yeah, no, that's.
I'm like, the team doesn't even work anymore. Like it was so bad.
Yeah, like one of them's been like nerfed by that point, or a move changed, or.
It was right before the Isle of Armor was announced. The DLC was announced, and so I'm like, there's not even a point to use this team. Like, we see all these behemoths coming back into the meta. Like, there's no point.
Yeah, true. That's insane. I'd definitely love to get into VGC though.
If you want to do Draft League, I run Draft League.
Yeah, true. So is that Showdown?
I don't know. It'll probably be in Scarlet and Violet if we do it.
My guy. Welcome.
Okay.
Because I was doing Showdown for the first little bit of it, and then because I am content oriented, I'm like, oh yeah, this looks terrible. I want to do it in the actual game so it looks good.
Yeah.
So once we got out of Gen 7, because I started in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Once Sword and Shield came out, it was in Sword and Shield. So now it's probably gonna be in Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, that makes sense. And yeah, it's definitely easier now to record the content as well, right?
Yeah. It's like I just pop open my capture card and I'm like, hey, there's the game. It's not like pixels moving on a screen. Like it actually looks like a game.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
I only question Scarlet and Violet because it's gonna require. I think it's gonna require a lot more time to build teams because I like to sit there and I'll run a different spread every week. So imagine building a different VGC team every single week and only using it one time and then switching it up. Like, it's such a waste of time.
Yeah.
So I might have to figure out a way to get around that aspect of things.
Grind items, I guess.
Well, just with the timing too, because like I could grind items and I can set up as much as I want, but you know, if I'm changing my team every week, I'm gonna have to build a completely new Pokemon every single week.
Yeah.
Normally, I don't plan out too far ahead.
Yeah.
What I'm doing, because I want to. Okay, this is what I messed up with the previous battle. Let me fix it for the next team. The strategy no longer works. People are gonna see it coming. I want to change it. So I build it like week by week basis, and in Sword and Shield that was incredibly easy because you just reset the IVs, you had the right nature, you have everything else, you just reset your stats and rebuild it.
Yeah.
This game you have to get a completely new Pokemon, and the game it's 1 in 30. It's a 1 in 32 chance to get the right IV on a Pokemon 6 times. So yeah, not that easy.
No, it's definitely. Oh, I just saw someone give a point to Team Violet.
Oh.
So I'm getting all the Discord things because I turned the stream mode off on my Discord.
Oh yeah.
A little bit sad.
I haven't seen anything on the dashboard since 3 hours ago, so it's really close. Yeah. Oh no, it's not. It's farther apart than it was.
Yeah.
We were at like 90. It was like 95 to 94 at the end of like day 5, like the beginning of day 5. So it was.
I think yesterday it was like 180 to 190. Like it was still really close, and then it just. Sorry. Stops.
Me.
And then you go live, right?
Then I went live and got 15 points or something like that.
Yeah, you know what? I might just like load up legends for like the rest of the whole of next week, and then just do legends hunts.
Yeah, that works.
It does. But
you're not gonna get him as fast as Violent, but sure.
I mean, I probably won't use another sandwich for like the rest of the event because I can't at the moment I don't know of any target. The only reason I would use a sandwich is if like a Sinisty outbreak or something I really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'd reset for the shiny anyway, so it's only the last one that's going to count for points.
Yeah, I see.
Whereas like with the Gumi one, I was like, I definitely want Gumi. I want the whole line of Gumi, and I know Droopy and Akku are over there as well. So there was like, even if I phased, there was a chance to get like a really good phase.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I think it's also the event is like you can make of it what you want. If you really are competitive and want to get points, then sure. Yeah. But if you want to be like, I want to hunt for the specific Pokemon, I'm looking for a specific, like, I want like a mark or something on it, then I'm gonna reset it if I don't get it. Fine, like that, do it. Just know that like the things you're gonna reset over aren't worth points because you're not keeping them. But you can definitely hunt however you want.
Yeah, and I mean this is like the discussion like the mods had over the last like couple of days, right?
Yeah.
And I mean I totally agree with them as well. And yeah, when I did the Gumi one, I was like saying at the time, at what point would I choose not to reset? Would I need, like, if I got 3 Gumi, would that be enough for me to not reset? Like, is that my sandwich worth at that point?
Yeah.
Or if I got like 1 Gumi and 1 Dreepy?
Yeah, I get that. I was at that point yesterday. I was only getting 1 shiny per sandwich on the Frigiback hunt, and I'm like, my partner was not happy because I was complaining about getting 1 shiny when she wasn't getting anything. But I was like, I don't really. The thing is, you're saving all your herbs. Like I'm using 2 herbs to get 1 shiny, and that's really not worth it for me. Like I want to get like 2 or 3 per sandwich.
Absolutely.
So I don't have to keep grinding herbs, but you know. My philosophy is it's for the event, and I want to get points, and I want to win more than I want to sit there and not grind herbs. So I'm gonna do what I have to, and if that's only getting 1 shiny on a sandwich, even if it's not what I want, then I'll do it.
Yeah, absolutely, 100% agree. I was so lucky to get all 3, but yeah, again, like that's like another reason of like, you take like Smolith, for example. I mean, I didn't do this, but I can see. I wish I had done it. Is that after getting like 2 shinies and a sandwich running out, would you reset to try and get 3 shinies in 1 sandwich? Because are you really going to want to hunt Smolith again? And you know, either do it without the sandwich, or doing it and having to use a sandwich on a Pokemon that you've already got 2 shinies of, right?
So my philosophy and how I would function with that is because I had that happen to me. I got 2 Smolives on my first sandwich. I didn't get the 3rd one. I made another sandwich, got another Smoliv, and I went, what other grass type do I want to go hunt? Went for that instead. So it wasn't a target. It wasn't a target Pokemon for the event, but it still was a point. And I wanted the shiny, so it was worthwhile for me going for something else. And I ended up getting a Cacnea with it, so it was fine.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah, I've had that situation. I get people, I mean, as I said, it's how you want to hunt. If you want to reset over it, get 3 on a sandwich, and you want to hunt until you get 3 on a sandwich, be my guess. If you want to get 5 on a sandwich, be my guess. If you want to get points, probably don't reset.
Yeah. If you want a 3-segment Dunsparce, then wait until after the event.
Well, you can hunt it. It's just you're gonna have to, you have to make that choice. Is it worth?
Yeah.
Is it more worth for me to get this 3-segment the Dunsparce that I'm probably not gonna get, or am I gonna submit points to this event that I'm a part of? Which way you're gonna do it? And if you want to really get that 3-segment. I would consider, can you keep getting herbs? And if so, then submit what you have and just keep doing it. If not, you don't get it and you really want that Dunsparce, I'm not gonna stop you from resetting your game. It's how you want to play it. Like I'm not gonna. It's what you want to do, not me.
Absolutely.
I've seen a lot of people do the resets on those kinds of things, and I would probably be in the same boat as them if I was doing specifically 3-segment Dunsparce. I will probably never do 3-segment Dunsparce because I don't want to hunt like that, because it would get boring to hunt the same thing over and over and over again for me. Because I like new targets. I like to do something different. So
I 100% agree. I think the only reason I might do it at some point is to specifically do it for content. And I want to do a 3-segment marked to Dunsparce.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know. So it's a ridiculous thing to try. However, it would be worth it for like a video. Whether that works out in like the long run or not, I don't know. But it's an idea. Like it's an idea that I have, and I might do it at some point. But that's the only reason I would do it. It's not because I want to do it to get that specific target. And there'd be no point doing it now because then by the end of this event, I would have 0 points.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. You said it. You said it well. Like, if you want to hunt the 3-segmented Unsparts, try the 15th. I mean, after the event's over, you know, get points and you can always go do it. It's not like you have to have it. It's not like the world's gonna end on January 15th if you don't have a 3-segmented Unsparts.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like an event, like in-game event or something.
No. So yeah, you have time. Just I would, you know. I know many of the people who are doing this event aren't hunting every day, and that's completely fine. That's why there's every day available. You have all this time to do whatever you want to do. If you want to go play, the new game that came out, like, go play it. If you want to, you know, do a 3-segment Dunsparce hunt and not worry about points, be my guest. You know, you're just not gonna get points. That's just how it is.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it gives you room.
How much you want to be involved with the event itself.
And that's up to every person who's part of the event. Like as I said earlier, it's like we made it 2 weeks so that way people who only stream a couple days a week would have multiple times to play and be a part of it.
Yeah, true.
If you have nothing going on like I do right now, like you can hunt every day. And you know, it might have been a little selfish of me to look at the times when I'm home, but you know, that was generally the time period that the mods agreed on at the time. I'm like, do you want to... Like, we could do it the week after Christmas and go into the first week of... make, like, today the last day of the event. Or we could do it after New Year's when I think people are going to be around and willing to participate a little bit more. And so they chose the other way. Because if it was the week before, I would not have streamed any of it. I would be a week behind. And just not have participated because I was away and I was during a break. So
yeah.
Thank you for the shiny luck, I'll probably appreciate it. I need it.
What am I doing? Where am I going? I need to...
The thing I realized was also that you're not gonna hit anybody. You're not gonna get everybody's schedule to match up. Like there's not gonna be a time period of 2 weeks where everybody has nothing to do. So
no, it's just not how the world works.
No, so there's going to be people who are missing out.
Yeah,
I appreciate the triple shiny luck. I'm hoping that more luck doesn't cancel the other luck out, but we'll see. So far, it's not been good.
I might just take a quick 5 minutes if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm running low on water too, so I can get up and stretch and get some more water. So.
Cool. Yeah, for those in my chat, I'm just going to stick it on the Be Right Back screen. I won't put words on stream up, but I'll probably run like an ad so it doesn't cut into like the first however long before pre-rolls kick in after all that fun stuff. You know exactly what I mean. Yeah, I'm gonna just go on mute on the call, but I'll be back soon.
All right. And those of you who are in my chat, I'm also going to get up. I would recommend getting up, taking a break. If you've been here the whole time, it's been 3 hours, so it's not really healthy to sit that long. So I'd recommend getting up and stretching and doing some other things. It also gives me a chance to reset my playlist that has ended, because that ends at 3 hours. So we will get that taken care of and all of that. But I will be right back. And yeah, so... see you in a moment. Josh, thank you for the subscription on YouTube, by the way. I appreciate you. I saw it, I didn't say anything. No, it's YouTube, but if you're here, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, we are good to go again. We're gonna get a little bit of a head start on. I've got to say, you freaked the hell out of me. So, give you some context. I have my wireless headphones on, like even when I go away for a break. I went to use the bathroom, and then suddenly you were talking to me. I was like, "Jesus Christ, where's that coming from? Like, it's who's awake? Who's in the bathroom with me?" But yeah, so yeah, good that I did remember to follow you. But yeah, Jesus Christ, buddy. I totally forgot about it because I'm normally on my own, so it's just like the music playing in the background. It's like, well, there's no point taking it off.
Yeah, and then you have somebody there, and then it's like, yep.
Yeah, scared.
Oh, you left it on because you wanted to make sure it counted. Got you. Appreciate it. No, I have a wireless headset too, so I do the same thing. And the fun part is, you know, I'll be on a multi-stream with somebody, and they'll start talking, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, Chaos doesn't hear it," and I'll come back and I'll just talk about what they were saying while I was away, and they're like, "How did you hear me?" I'm like, "I have a headset. It's always on."
Century, right?
Yeah,
it is funny.
I remember when I got this headset, and it's something I've never done, but technically you could go to the bathroom and still be talking to somebody. Like you could put down the mic and be like, "Okay, talking."
Yeah.
I've never done it, but I've had the headset on, and somebody would ask me a question, and I would, you know, stop peeing for a second and be like, "It's this," and then turn my
stream.
No, I was like with my friends.
Oh, okay.
We were just playing a game, and I'm like, "Hey, Chaos, what is about this thing?" And I'm like, "This is my response."
No, sorry, I meant like mid P stream.
Yeah, it was mid P stream. I had to stop peeing and like put down the mic. Okay, this is what I want to say. Microphone off. Put the mic back up.
That is funny.
It was terrible. And like I stopped doing that because now everything's tethered to this mic that I have in my stream.
Yeah.
So I leave. My headset's not connected to anything. I don't use it. I just mute it, and you can't hear anything. So
yeah, same. Yeah, super handy though.
I also was like, I wanted to test how much range my headset had. So like, I got to the point where I was living in a basement of a 2-story house, and I could walk around literally everywhere but like the garage of the house and still be connected and hear people.
That's crazy. That's really good range.
Yeah, it's a good headset. Well, that's also nice for when I'm like, all right, guys, I gotta go. I want to go get like a bowl of ice cream or something. Like, okay, I'm like, I'm still here. I can still hear you and still talk to you. I'm gonna be moving.
I swear, like stuff like TCS could really, make for fun moments, right?
I'm very nervous about it because I'm like, I gotta make sure my microphone's off when I leave.
Yeah.
Can't leave it on.
Oh,
I've started doing because I don't have the numpad anymore, and that's how I would start and stop stream. Like I don't do it physically. I forgot to end stream one day this week, and luckily my mods are like, "Hey, you didn't end stream." And I'm like, "Cool." But I just forgot to do it because it was muscle memory. Now that I don't have that muscle there, I can't. I just don't do it.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I forget to end stream, but normally, like, when I raid into someone else, they'll be like, "Oh, go, follow this person," and then like they'll go over to my stream and then see me live still, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, you're still live." Like, yeah, probably, yeah. All right.
It's a little different though with the PNG versus the actual face game.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I've seen many people that are like, "All right, I'm done streaming," and then they start like Monkey TOS stuff.
Yeah.
Immediately after, I'm like, that would never be my first interaction after I'm done. It's like, I would be so nervous that would happen that I would completely make sure that my stuff was off before I even began to do things that might get me banned.
Yeah, true. There's like, I mean, I think like Pokey had something recently. Was it recently or like I can't remember? Could be like ages ago now. Oh my god, like just internet history just goes so quickly. where like yeah, she ended stream and then said something and didn't realize that she hadn't finished stream.
Yep.
It's so easy to do this, but it wasn't even like necessarily anything bad, right? So it's I don't know. People trying to latch on to anything that they can get. It's like one of the other things I've been thinking about recently because I've been toying with the idea of doing an IRL stream at some point, and like I have a few ideas, but especially with like the recent stuff that's happened, having stream snipers as someone that is probably going to be streaming alone definitely makes me nervous.
So you're like, it's like I was wondering what you meant by IRL. I'm like, so you like go somewhere and like walk around, like maybe like play Pokemon Go or something.
Yeah, I mean it would be specific for like nature stuff or music stuff. There's like it's like a few miles away, but there's a steam train line, and I thought it'd be like a really cool idea to like take chat on the steam train with me, because I imagine like a lot of Americans probably have never like been on like steam, like UK style steam trains, and like the views you can get from the steam train, and like the history in like the other towns that you can go to, and like it's got like a start and stop thing where you can like get off and take a walk somewhere else and walk to the next station. I was like, that would be really cool, but then you know, swatting it is a thing, right?
Yeah, I think with today's era, like everybody has their phone out, so nobody would really care or notice.
Yeah, I hope.
It would take somebody being intentional, and you just have to think about, all right, do I know if any of my viewers live near this area that I'm going to be going to? But if not, I mean, there's always going to be a risk with it. It's just, you know,
that's
how much of it are you willing to take?
Yeah, exactly. And like, how many safeguards can I put in place?
So having somebody go with you is great, yeah.
But yeah, to like protect other people on the train, or like whatever venue I choose to go to. Yeah, anything along those lines, and obviously my partner as well. Like,
yeah,
obviously less likely to have swatting where we are, but I guess it's still like somehow could be a thing that could happen somehow. Someone could somehow find my information. It just depends on like how, I don't want to say paranoid, but also not how lax. Like there's got to be a word in between paranoia and lax, right? I just don't know what that word is right now.
The only thing that's coming to mind is moderate, but I don't think that's what you're looking for.
No. But yeah, at 20 past 2 in the morning, I don't think I can articulate. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I can do that any part of the day, but specifically for this thing, I'll just say that time. But yeah, so I mean, that's the idea anyway, and hopefully it'll be good content, or like something fun for like people to join in on.
I had a friend who did an IRL stream of him and his friends went disc golfing.
Oh, all right.
And so they had like, all right, it's your turn to throw it, and they would just swap the camera around and stuff. I mean, when you're golfing, like when you're doing anything sort of golf, you're kind of in your group and there's no one else there, so it's not relatively risky.
Yeah.
So it's
the public.
When you get to the public spheres, it's a little bit more.
I mean, I guess like I've mentioned it a fair bit, but like the whole like musician angle, I guess I hate calling it an angle because it makes it sound like I'm like, I don't know, angle issues in it. It's just what is it called, bad optics. I've definitely wanted to like promote music more, and obviously like you've been in my chat before, you know, I have like the local music, and like the Spotify playlist. What I want to do, I don't think it will happen this year, but I'd like it to happen like within like the next couple of years, is go to a gig with stream or with chat, sorry, and I think the way to work around it is have like a direct input from the mix desk to the stream, and then I would just have to be in chat. It's obviously something I have to work with venues with, and try and get stuff to work. But if we could like work out a way, like chat to come to a gig with me, I think that would be crazy.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then the long term, like the longest term goal I can think of right now, is to actually run my own gig and choose who I want to turn up to an event and have, whether it's like other viewers turning up as well, but like obviously fans of the music, so bands like Lycio and Crooked Tongue and stuff that are on my playlist, and like have them turn up and do a gig and be the person that runs it and runs a Twitch-based concert.
That'd be really cool. Yeah,
it would be, but it's like shooting for the stars, right? Like
it's way
like
out
an end
there.
goal.
It'll work.
Yeah. I know it is. I know like I'm shooting like way above
If you get there,
where I'm
that'd
at
be
right
cool.
now. But yeah, it's
Be like, I know that guy. I know the guy running this.
this would be so weird, right? It's like turn up on stage. I think I've watched too much Ludwig recently. I think that's what it is. I'm trying to make those mogul moves now. But I think like I don't know how much you're into it, but like you had the like the chess boxing stuff recently, and it's just sort of like showing like how much content is changing over the years.
Mhm.
It's definitely interesting to like see the way that it's going, and I think before that was like the Creator Clash, and there's been like other stuff as well. I think it's really cool. It's like it just genuinely makes me like excited to like try new things.
I think that's part of the game. It's just, I hate calling it a game, but it's a game. It's part of your stream. Like you know, you're always trying to find that new thing. It's like, oh, you know, this is Vox branding. I'm gonna do this thing.
Yeah.
No one else has thought of ever, and
Yeah, exactly.
trying it out. I think that sounds amazing, and I'm totally down for it.
Cool. Well, it's good
But
to
if
hear.
it ever works, you know, getting there is going to be a bit, but you know,
Yeah,
just
I
gotta
mean,
strive for it.
exactly. Well, I appreciate the hype though.
I mean, I can't think of anything like they stream like award shows on Twitch. Like you could,
Yeah.
it's basically that, except it's, you know, it's music. It's all music. It's not any sort of commentating or anything like that. It's just straight music.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
know it's a little bit harder with music because of like copyright stuff, but you know, if
Yeah.
like say it's like a free will charity kind of thing, you know, we want you to donate to this charity, we're gonna stream it live and, you know, try to get all the coverage we can. I think that would get a really good following and, you know, work out phenomenally, because bands would be like, yeah, we don't take royalties off for us streaming this, we're just gonna do it and raise money for this cause.
Yeah. It's like oh, you know some like British culture. I don't know if it's just British culture though. Or like British pop culture. Like Live Aid. And that was like bands getting together making a song,
I've seen it.
releasing comparison. It'd be like along those lines. But obviously, like I said with like the bands on my playlist, like I personally reached out to them and said, you know, do you mind me playing your music? I even said, like, you know, if there's a monetary fee, let me know, and we'll work something out. But they didn't want any money for it. They like, no, please play my music.
Paid in exposure, man.
Exactly. Yeah, I know it's like a double-edged sword, right? But I actually went to one of the concerts recently to see Lycio, and I spoke to the synth player, and we were having a discussion about it because he was super new to Twitch, and like he's like my kind of age, I think, if I remember correctly, and he was like super interested in like the stuff that I do and like my side of doing stuff, and obviously I was super interested in like his music stuff, and it was like trying to like bring two communities together. And we've had like I've had chats with like the band offline, and there's a chance that like they might come onto the stream at some point. and like do stuff on stream with us, and it'd be like it's just really cool to like have that gateway or have that like the connections, right?
Yeah, that sounds a lot of fun. Like,
yeah.
More power to you. That's amazing.
I mean, it's really crazy, especially like you see the guys and you're like, oh, hi, yeah. By the way, my name's Vox, and like I'm the guy you spoke to on Twitter asking, to play your music. How are you doing? And like, actually getting in like the real world and having a chat with them was really crazy. And they would like genuinely happy that their music is being played on stream. I mean, I guess like at the very least, they get my plays on Spotify.
Yeah, that's fair.
Every day. So their like average listeners probably like bumped up now. But it only takes like one more person to like drop a follow on their Spotify, which, by the way, is free to follow on Spotify if anyone wants to do that. Obviously, ! Playlist will bring up all the songs that are played on this stream for anyone in chat. Just as a heads up for anyone that didn't know. But yeah, it's been crazy. It's been super fun though.
That's way more outreach than I've done. That's really cool.
It's interesting. It's again, like it's like you said, like it's kind of playing the game, but also it's not just for me, it's for them as well, because I do genuinely like their music and I do want more people to listen to their music.
I mean, I think it's if it's a business deal that works out for mutually for both parties.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfectly fair. Yeah. Get it. I mean, I've reached out to, my thing is like, I'm glad you can do it. I mean, I'm assuming they're not like super popular celebrities or anything like that.
No, they're not like verified accounts or anything.
Okay, so like for me, it's
like Twitch.
For me, it's like I'll reach out to like bigger creators and I'll ask like things about it, or I'll ask things about making content, or I'll be like, hey, I want to do this thing, or I want to share this idea with you, and I don't think it's gonna work for me, but I wanted to give it to you. So I get it, but for me, it's more of that. There's that kind of parasocial thing, and I'm like, they're like, oh, they're all up in the cloud somewhere, and I'm just some random person that is asking for things or giving them things, and they're not really going to gain much from it.
Yeah, it's difficult. I guess it's like judging where you stand, maybe. Like there's like, for me personally, I've like raided other channels that I in hindsight wish I hadn't raided. Right. That's like just like one example of it, I guess. But like they've had like I think like maybe they had like 40 to 50 viewers, right? And I came with like 5 or 6. And someone in their chat was like, "Oh, he's clout chasing." And I mean, they deleted it, and then they said, please don't say that to people. We accept all people coming in. But it obviously wasn't her; it was just a member of the community. But like stuff like that, it does play with you.
I made a point. I made a point at one section in time, and it was not healthy for me because I would look at my viewer count before I went on a raid, and if I wouldn't raid anybody who had more viewers than I did at the point in time, which means I didn't get to go into a lot of the people that I was going to end up, chatting with that night or wanting to be a part of. So I built a lot of small community people because I'm like, I want to give to the people who are starting out like I am, who are at the point where I was, and still, frankly, still am. But I want to give them the chance to be promoted on Twitch because, my community numbers plus their community numbers is going to put it in a park where, it will get noticed by Twitch and it will be promoted. Rather than raid somebody who already has that push from Twitch that's going to be promoted a little bit more.
I mean, like, the only reason I was going to like someone with that number, like maybe I wouldn't go for like that number at all. We should never like it shouldn't be something that plays in your mind. And obviously Twitch have also added an integration where you can choose not to accept raids, right?
Right.
Or like there has to be like a certain viewership for you to accept it now. But because one of the people in my chat is a mod for that community, I was like, okay, I know this person's here. I know they want to check out. You know, they'll probably go to that channel anyway. So why not send the rest of the community there?
Right.
And like maybe make a new friend, or learn more about another content creator and what they do, or another streamer and what they do. And yeah, it just like felt a little bit sour. So it's like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I try to do that more now. Like I'll think about, okay, I generally know who's around, and I'm like, okay, where do they want to go, or where am I going to end up being? Like, I don't want to go on a raid and then be like, all right, bye, I'm going to go watch this other person now. Like, that feels kind of scummy to me too. But there's genuinely times where I'm streaming to the last possible minute I can, and I have to be done, and I have to go somewhere. So I have those safety, I call them my safety streamers, because I know that I can go to their stream. They're not expecting they don't have any expectations of me to raid them. They're not going to be upset if I leave immediately, because they know I want to genuinely share my community with them and be a part of their community. It's like I could be like, oh yeah, here's a raid. I gotta go to work or something. Like I'll chat with you when I can, but you know.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I mean, like, again, like for me, I would say my limit is normally time, right? Like it'll get to like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, well, I have to, 2 o'clock. I'd be like, oh, I have to like get some sleep soon, and I'll raid over and I'll try and be there for at least half an hour. Sometimes it ends up being more on accident, but most of the time, yeah, it's like half an hour over there, just to make sure that they're not thinking I'm like raiding and leaving to punch up or farm shoutouts.
Yeah, farm shoutouts get views. Yeah, the thing is, it's all in our heads. Like, it's completely all in our heads.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like,
it's like it doesn't matter. It's like it's just in our head.
If you came over and raided me and you're like, oh yeah, I've got to go, I was like, yeah, no problem. Like, I totally understand, because I'm in exactly the same situation, same boat.
I think a lot of creators get that, especially smaller creators. They get that. They're like, okay, you're trying to build your community, and you're trying to spend as much time as you can with them, because we're not doing this full time. We're not getting essentially paid to do it. Like we get money from the community through subs and cheers and things like that, but that's not a living. It's not supporting us into the point where we can only do this and don't have to have a full-time job.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like we want to give to them, the people who are going to support us, regardless of how popular or unpopular we are.
Yeah.
But also, we want to also give them opportunities to find other people they're going to enjoy, and not just be like, all right, I'm done, bye, and then like, well, what do I do for the rest of my night? I have no idea.
Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, it's one of those things of like, I know people say like, chat needs to remember like we're people too behind the screens, but also it's to say the other way around, where those are there's people watching us right now, like actual people, like real people who also have thoughts, emotions. Mostly some people, not everyone. So I'm just calling out chatters. It's fine.
It's fine. If you're not a streamer, if you don't call out your chat.
No, exactly. Yeah, so it's definitely like what's the word for it? Symbiotic relationship. Like one can't survive without the other.
Yeah. It's not as parasocial as we feel it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually wrote a paper about streaming and how it's how people contribute it to like comparing it to like TV shows, because you watch a TV show and you're gonna, you know, identify with the character. You're gonna follow, like you're gonna love the character. You're gonna hate the character. One way or another, you're gonna have a relationship with that character. But it's completely parasocial because that character's not real. It exists in the format of the medium that you're, you know, understanding. But with Twitch and with live stream, that's a real person.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty good friends with a lot of the people who are in my community. Like we've hung out, we've done random things like, oh, you want to play this game, or oh, I know you're streaming too, so let me go, you know, support you or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You get to, you know, build those connections with people, and they're actual people who are going to give it back. It's not just somebody who's going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this other thing that's completely disregarded of the millions of people who are watching this TV show right now.
Yeah, true.
This is what my character arc is.
Yeah, yeah. And if you say something in chat, then everyone else is going to see it. Whereas a TV show, you can say what you want or write out what you want, and it's not going to affect the characters. It might affect the actors, and
it might affect the people in the room with you.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, if you're lucky to have people in the room with you at the time.
Yeah. It might affect the people living next to you that can hear you yelling at the TV, but
okay, yeah, that's
like a crazy person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never happened in the history of the internet.
No, exactly.
I know what you're talking about. I did have the feelings of raiding, like, and I don't want to raid big people, and some of my friends who I've streamed with and done multis with before might also understand, like, they're like, oh, let's go raid this person because they're well established in their community, and I'm just kind of like, I guess, because I'm gonna look like, I don't want to look like I'm farming views, because I don't want, I mean, your image is very important, that's the thing, but also I realize that it's only in our heads and it doesn't really matter.
True.
You know, you're wanting to support somebody because you want to support somebody, not because you're trying to get viewers. Now, there's probably a subconscious part of, like, you know, it'd be cool if, you know, some people from your stream came and checked mine out, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah. But then you can just, like, get involved with their community. Like, I'm sure they've probably got a Discord or a subtweet or, you know, something along those lines, which you probably could get involved with offline. Like, I'd say offline, but you know what I mean? Like, away from your streaming persona. Persona might not be the right word.
Platform.
Like, yeah, like, you haven't got your streamer hat on at that point. You're just...
So I'm just another person. Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, I mean, we all do it, right?
Yeah.
I often tweet out to a specific subset of Twitter and engage with that community. But I don't necessarily try and get those people into my streams.
Yeah, I get it.
But I have checked out some of the other streamers, though, and it's been fun talking to them.
Yeah, I find it funny the amount of people I find, like, I'll find streamers through Twitter. Like, one of my friends will like their tweet, and I'll, like, okay, you know, they did something, or there's and then eventually, like, a clip of the new person would show up. I'm like, oh, they stream. That's cool. I'm gonna go, you know, see if I can find when they're streaming and, you know, check them out. And I found a couple of people that way, and it's led to some really cool connections. Like, I knew a guy, and we literally just talk on Twitter, and that was it. Like, we would tweet back to each other, and that was how we knew each other. And one day I saw that he had a going live tweet. I'm like, oh, I didn't know he streamed. And I pop into chat, and he's like, hey, you're that guy from Twitter. I'm like, yeah, you're that other guy from Twitter. I didn't know you streamed. It's cool to just see that happen.
Yeah, true. But it's also kind of a sign of the Twitter algorithm, right?
Yep.
Of just not being able, like, just tweets getting buried.
I generally, the people that I know stream, I generally know when the people I watch, I know when they're going to stream for the most part. So a going live tweet like that is not for me. But if I find somebody and I can click with them, like on Twitter or something, or if I click with them in a Discord server and I happen to see they're live, or if I know they're live, I know they're a streamer, then I might might go out of my way to make it an effort to actually go into that stream.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But I know that it's not everybody. Most people find. My thing is, people have 5 streamers they watch. That's who they go to, and they don't really go beyond that. But you never know when you're gonna find your next favorite person. It could be somebody completely different from who you're watching it.
Yeah.
So it's always cool to jump in, like especially with raids. That's why I love raids. Like you find somebody you click with.
Yeah. It's definitely been. I've raided into a lot of people that I didn't know beforehand, which is like risky. But then you're also not going to find anyone new, and a lot of the, especially like in the very beginning, you're not going to find anyone new unless you try things like that, I guess. I think there's only been like the occasion of like 1 or 2 people that I just haven't clicked with, either after raiding or after going into like their chat.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things that happen, right?
It's one of the I have a channel point redeem for choosing a raid target, and I'm generally kind of nervous about that one. It's there because like I have a general list of people that are my close streamer friends, and if I see they're live, I'm gonna go raid them. Or if like I'm a moderator for their stream, I'm probably gonna go raid them.
Yeah.
So it gets me out of that bubble of dealing with the people I know very, very well. And there might be somebody that chat realizes I'm kind of like. I have a similar personality, and I might like what they're doing. It might not be something I generally would watch. So far, I haven't had any bad raid experiences from that. There's definitely been some streams that, they do different things, and, I like generally, Pokemon content, and, maybe some of this and that here and there, but, Pokemon's generally where I land.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different when they're doing something that I'm not familiar with. Like if I'm jumping into a game I have no idea about and just not interested in, it can kind of muddy my experience. But if I know they do something that I like, then I can appreciate the person for being a person, and try to see past the game that I'm not aware of.
Are you saying you separate the art from the artist? Is that?
Yeah, essentially I'm separating the art from the artist. I mean, I think with creators in general, you can appreciate what they're doing. Like, I like Pokemon, so I'm gonna go to people. I'm generally drawn to people who are doing Pokemon. But if you have a personality that I vibe with, you could be streaming Grand Theft Auto or something else, Overwatch or something, and I'll go watch it because I like you. And but it's hard to do that with a new person. I get it.
Yeah, 100%.
I know many people who've come into my streams because, I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Today. They want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, that series is done. I'm not playing it anymore. Or I'm playing Jedi Fallen Order, and they're like, I like Star Wars. I'm going to watch this. And then I stop playing Star Wars, and they're like, nah, I'm good. It's like, I still like these things, and we can still talk about these things. It's just I'm doing other stuff.
Yeah, I know. I get it. People want like QVC channel or I don't know what alternative is in America. Like a shopping channel, for example, and that's
you get the same thing every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I've definitely seen like a weird mix, I guess, between like people that would just stop watching me as soon as I stop playing Pokemon, or new people coming in because I'm not playing Pokemon.
Yep.
Like I have less new people coming in because I play Pokemon than I do because I play like other games.
That's a good point. It's a really good point. I didn't think about it. Yeah, I think I see the most new people when I'm not playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
But I also know that I don't see my regulars when I'm not playing Pokemon.
Exactly. It's such a weird juxtaposition to be in.
It's like I like hanging out with my regulars, but new people are cool too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's just finding the balance between like the two of them, right?
I try to do a little bit of variety. I marketed myself as a Pokemon creator. That's my YouTube channel. That's all I do. The whole reason I started doing Twitch at all was because I was doing Sonic and Zelda and Pokemon all on the same channel, and I know the algorithm didn't like that, so I'm like, I'm gonna do Pokemon because it's what I like the most. The rest of the stuff goes on Twitch, and yeah, and so I do a little bit of everything, but Pokemon is generally where I find my base. And
yeah. Like
I'm gonna come back to it.
80-20 or something, you know.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, lately it's been, of course, since this event's been going on, I've been streaming it every day, and since Scarlet and Violet's been out, it's taken over more of what I'm doing, and that's partially because I'm trying not to start new series yet.
Yeah.
So there was that weird, there was a weird 2-week break between like Thanksgiving and when I was leaving for Christmas that I had, and I'm like, I'm not gonna start new stuff, so I'm like, I guess I'll just play Pokemon because that's what I do.
And it's something that you can like start and stop as well, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like if it was a story-driven game, I just missed 2 Razor Leafs in a row. What's going on? 3 in a row. Oh no, there we go. It's not shiny. I had to double check. I don't know if I've been paying attention to the color of the routes and.
I don't think I haven't seen one on your screen, so
just ending the population.
Yeah. I like having a variety. It's refreshing for me because I already do Pokemon content all the time on my YouTube channel. I don't need to do it all the time on my Twitch channel. Yeah. I want to do some other stuff too. Like Fire Emblem is a great example of that. I love that game. Fire Emblem 3 Houses is probably one of my top 5 games, period. And I love playing it. I know people don't like me playing it, but I like playing it, and I want to do it. I want to share that, and I know personally I would never get the time to play a game of that size on any other platform than streaming it.
True. Yeah, you know what? I totally agree. I started playing Octopath Traveler.
Oh, I just finished that.
I want to get back into playing at some point, and I will.
It's good. It's so good.
But chat were like 100% less active.
Yep.
Over like multiple days. Like it wasn't just like a one-off or anything. It was like multiple days where people just wouldn't talk. But I was saying the dialogue out loud as well. So a lot of the time, my time is taken up by talking. Or like, I don't want to call it uninterruptible, but I guess it kind of is uninterruptible. I don't want it to come across like it is, but it is. The other thing that I challenged myself to read Frankenstein while trying to do resets for the shiny Bulbasaur in Fire Red.
Okay.
So I was literally like reading the book at the same time because it's like it's not copyrighted anymore, so it's like there's no like copyright issues.
Okay, yeah, it's run its course of the copyright claim, so it's in
free domain. Something domain?
Yes, free domain.
Yeah.
I call it cloud storage, but that's not right.
So like trying to like read a book at the same time as streaming at the same time as like doing resets, it was breaking my brain. Like I'd see someone chat and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna get to the end of this paragraph and then I'll respond to him. But like it's too long for some people.
Some people need that immediate validation of their chat.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it too, because like if I go into a stream and I have to send a message and the streamer doesn't read it, I'm like, okay, send a second message, and like by the time I get to the third or fourth one or it's been like 5 minutes and my chat hasn't been acknowledged, I just stop talking. Get it? I make it a point to read everything that I see pretty much as soon as possible. Now multis are a little bit different because I don't want to cut off the person who I'm talking to. So like, that's a situation where it's a balance of, for me, clicking a mute button and saying a little thanks for coming in and then coming right back into the conversation, and picking it up when this other person's done talking. But
yeah, it's definitely a balance, right?
Because I know people who are, every time a chat master will come up, they'll mute their mic talk to their chat, and then they'll pick up on the conversation, you know, when they can.
Yeah.
But I don't really like that. I like if we're streaming together, you know, our communities are kind of together. I want to hear what your people are saying. I want to see that. You know, I want to be a part of it because I'm streaming with you. You know, I'm a part of the community.
Yeah, exactly.
So I understand if like something big comes up, that's fair. But
yeah, I think Jimmy and I can't remember who it's streaming with. But there was a raid the other day, and like they muted themselves in the Discord call to not like talk over the other person while, you know, talk about the raid and like thanking people to come out, you know, that came over from the raid. I think that's separate to the people that are like your base community, and like again, obviously it goes back to raids again, right? But it is it's something that kind of needs to be like addressed slightly differently.
Yeah.
Or like,
my thing is I don't mind it as much. I think other people mind it. It's like, oh cool, there's another raid. Oh great, you know, man, I'm getting no one showing up. Like, I get that, but also I notice I purposely like will stop talking for a second when I think something's up because I just have that sense. And usually I have the stream open if I'm watching somebody else. So I'm like, I see it happening, and I'm like, you didn't mention this. You're not saying anything about it. Like, I can see what's going on, and I kind of feel like I'm getting snubbed a little bit, but because I want to be part of that conversation, you know.
yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
But I also understand that you wanna let me be able to keep talking to my community, and you know, everybody has like that minute spiel they give. Oh, thanks for coming to my stream. I'm this. I do this. This is where you can find my socials. Thanks for coming in. But extended. They do that for a minute, and then so they don't want the other person to have to be like, oh, you know, I have to sit here for a minute and listen to it.
Yeah,
I get it, but
yeah,
that's also a thing I think you need to talk to the person you're doing multis with. I mean, I haven't done it during this event because, you know, it's not been an issue.
No. It's been nice and chill. I think we both needed a nice, relaxing, easy-going stream for a Friday.
Yeah, it's been nice, especially today's been rough for me.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on. But...
yeah, I bet. I think I'm just tired. So, what are we at? We're at nearly 3 a.m. now. So, in 5 hours, I'll be up for 24 hours.
It is your call if you want to end at any point in time. I know it's late for you, so I don't mind.
I mean, I want a shiny, to be fair.
I want a shiny too, but you know, if you don't get one and I don't get one, then they stop each other from getting shiny.
No, I know. No. It was more of a like, if I ever sound like I'm not enjoying myself or like grumpy, that's partly because I'm British, and then partly because I'm sleepy. Like that's my two reasons. I'm sticking to them.
That's the bad wombo combo there. The British and tired, yeah.
British and anything is gonna be the bad combo. It's like the auto F rank. What am I looking for?
Wealth, hopefully.
I don't even know what I'm like keeping an eye out on. I don't. Why is it not coming up? And then it was a random encounter as opposed to an overworld.
Yeah. I gotta say, it is a little different for me to do this because I was doing random encounters for. Yeah, the Millstream Hunt was the last thing I did, so it's going for random encounters because they don't spawn in the overworld. And so I'm like, oh, now I'm actually looking for things and not looking for exclamation points.
Yeah. It does make your life a little bit easier, I guess. Or, well, actually, yeah, I guess you have to actively look, right?
Yeah. You have to look for the patch of grass, because if you miss the exclamation point, it's just rustling grass, and it's so hard to see. I hate it.
True, yeah. I've hit over 300 encounters.
I'm sure I have too, because Same time, same pace.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also haven't been knocking them out, so I probably have a few more.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. My odds are slightly better now, marginally.
Yeah, I don't feel like it was worth it to, like, if I had 500, like I had like 300 or 400 knocked out, sure. But I know I haven't KO'd rolls for a while, so it's really just no point for me to do all 500. And by the time I get there, I said we would be done, and yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, what's that? 4 hours in now. Yeah, I did try and think about this like during Camp Yohar as well. I was trying to like work out the numbers. And I was like, well, if I'm seeing like, I don't know, say 400 and something, like if I'm doing like 400 something encounters anyway to try and get this one, that I might as well just do the encounters at the same time. I think the timber that I got was at like 520 encounters. And that was like after not like constantly knocking him out as well.
Yeah.
And it just seemed to like make sense to just keep doing it. I think it was a brilliant one as well, so I don't know whether that was like slightly boosted.
I think there is a boost to it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It has a 3% chance or something every so often, so it's not super great.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's something, isn't it?
I think it's just how you prefer to hunt it. Again, back to that conversation. It's just how you prefer to do it. Like, you know, if you want to knock out 500 and like I want the best odds I can possibly get, sure. And usually I would do that, but I don't foresee myself coming back to this hunt. And so for me to knock out 500 is a waste of time when I'm barely going to get there by the end of the time we're done. And I could get more encounters, so I'm going to get more encounters.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, makes sense. I like the fact that we're doing different ways as well.
Yeah.
It makes it slightly more interesting. It's not just like watching identical streams, right?
Yeah, it's different. Well, that was also the thing about the funny part about this event in general is the amount of people I went to and I'm like, hey, what do you want to hunt? They're like, I don't know. You want to hunt the same thing? And everyone's like, yeah, we'll hunt the same thing. And like, you're like, let's do something different. You know, we're hunting the same thing, we're doing it differently, but you know,
yeah.
Basically the same. We're basically doing the same thing. But at that point, I kind of like doing the same thing as the person I'm multiing with. That's my preference, just because it kind of feels uniform. Like, it's like I'm sitting on the couch, like next to you, doing the same. We're playing a co-op together, doing the same thing, and not doing something completely random.
I mean, you could, in theory, do it in a union circle, right?
Yeah, I mean, technically.
But then I guess it'd just be whoever bumps into the overworld first.
Yeah. I actually was gonna do a multi like that. We were gonna, it was gonna be for the Paradox Pokemon, and I was gonna be in my Scarlet copy, and my teammate was going to be in their Violet copy. And it was like, okay, we're just gonna run around in this circle area the whole time, and if you find a shiny, you find a shiny, and we'll see what happens.
Cool.
We scrapped that idea after I got like 3 freaking Scream Tails this week.
Oh my god.
Wasn't even looking for it.
Oh my days. Alright. Humble brag.
I wasn't. I was like, I had a Psychic Sandwich. I'm like, I'm gonna go down here and look for. I don't know what I went down for. Oh, I went down to look for Scream. I was hunting them technically. It was just kind of to end the sandwich because I wanted to hunt something.
Right.
I found 2 of them. And the other one, I don't remember. I wasn't hunting it specifically. I think I went down with the fairy sandwich. I was trying to do Fluttermane. And there was another one. No. That was the Frigoraph I was doing. Oh, there was a random Screen Tail, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it is boosted by Psychic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was a little upset at that, but
I'm gonna be upset with a shiny. The
I like getting them, but if I have multiple of them, I'm like, okay, I could have got something else and like take my shiny luck, put it on a different Pokemon. Thank you.
True, I get that. I don't know. It's like, I mean, I know a lot of people do like shiny living dexes and stuff, and I just don't think I could do it. Personally.
That's kind of my goal while I'm shiny hunting, is like I want to do a living dex, which is also part of the reason why I'm like I want to hunt different things.
Yeah.
But also I have the realistic understanding that I'm never probably going to achieve that. It's just, something I want to go for.
Amount of people that probably got close, like within Legends being out, and then like Scarlet Violet came out, and now suddenly
100 new Pokemon. Yeah. I mean, I almost had completed the whole dex in Let's Go. Okay. I think I have 10 Kantomons left, so yeah. So like and then I went to Arceus, and the only thing I find is Machop and Geodude, and now I hate the Break of Passion. It's like I've seen another freaking gold Geodude, I'm gonna break something.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a mood.
Yeah. But it was cool. Like I liked Let's Go, and I started it in Let's Go because I'm like, okay, this game has 151 Pokemon. It's easy to keep track of. You don't have to worry about anything else. And as more games come out and as more things get released, I'll go back for some of the mons that I have missed along the way.
Yeah, that makes sense. I remember some people would like, I mean, I guess it's part of the Pokemon community, right? Saying like, oh my god, yeah, I remember like people saying, oh, Let's Go was too easy, and then Sword and Shield came out, and then they're like, oh no, now it's too easy, and then Scarlet and Violet came out, like, oh no, now it's too easy. Like they haven't been able to like make their mind up of what shiny method they actually like.
My advice to that is, if you hate how a game plays, A, don't get shiny charm, B, don't use methods, and C, if you don't like it after that, try a different game.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's all within your hands to that game hasn't like disappeared anymore because a new one came out.
So everyone wants to play with a new toy. It's shiny.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. I get it. Like, I personally would love to go back and do SOS and Alola or something like that. But I don't. I won't do it because I don't have a capture card for it, and I refuse to have not perfect quality content on my channel.
True. Bear me 1 second. Seth, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Let me give you a quick shout out. But how's the stream, buddy? How? Oh, I'm already following. I nearly unfollowed. Let's not do that.
No, that'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you get any shinies? Do you get any points for Violet, or
I hope you
do
did.
you get any points for Violet? Good. One for Team Violet. Awesome. Let's go.
We all know how me and Chaos always
yeah,
to the
both
right.
the options of Violet or Violet were
And
available to you.
how,
I'm glad you
I
picked the right
basically
one.
like him, right?
No.
Yeah.
Well, here's the Pokepon.
Thanks so much for the raid,
so,
buddy.
Chaos? Yeah.
Whatever.
I hope you don't hate me
if
for this.
anyone
I do.
hasn't
Yeah,
already-
I made a Pokepon about
You
you.
do.
And yeah.
All right.
I got Seth's partner Wolfo, so thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope it was going well. Surprised you were streaming again,
There you go.
because you said you weren't going to be able to, but I hope it went well.
So cute.
Bruh.
How was the stream? And yes, I do.
I thought it was cute.
When is your next stream?
Boom. Awkward 1 minute of things we go through, right? We literally just finished talking about that.
It's so funny. Seth, did you? What shiny did you get? I'll probably see it on the old Discord anyway. But please let me know. I'm more than happy to see the clips later on. I have been trying to get through the clips actually in the Discord, bringing
Sorry.
you back into the conversation if you don't mind. Yeah, it has been it's been fun seeing like everyone's reactions to all the shinies.
Yeah, sorry there's so many for me, but awesome, not sorry.
I mean, it's fun. I just mute it when I watch it. That's all.
By the way, if you guys came in from either of the raids, Expedition Multi, you can check out the other side of the stream. Boom. It's the one thing I didn't plug that I needed to plug.
True, and I just plugged it and I just sounded like you for the last couple of seconds. So we are all good. But yes, exclamation mark multi also works in this stream as well, and it has been corrected on stream elements as well. So it says my name and not yours.
Yeah, there we go.
I did it.
Glad
I did it.
glad you did it.
I'm a pro streamer. I know what I'm doing.
So 4 rock rots, 3 marked, and a random side deck, and you lost? How? Did you let Seth go for goats again? We know that Seth's goats don't count, by the way, for points.
Violet
Yeah.
is different.
That's a rule. They keep wanting to nerf me, so Seth's goats don't count. You got 7?
I
How'd
never-
you?
Oh my god.
That's ridiculous. You put me to shame. As you were saying.
Oh, I can't tell who's like stopping who from getting more shinies now. It's like I don't know if I can come up with like an NFL reference for it, but like in like soccer references, it's like 2 of the biggest teams in like Europe coming together and then ending up in a 0-0 draw.
Just means it was a good match, right?
Yeah, it was highly contested, but yeah, just neck and neck, right?
I mean, I guess it could be seen as a good match and a bad match because there wasn't a winner, but B, a score is only half the story. You don't see, it could be like a complete defensive just destruction of the offenses and nobody ever gets close to scoring. Or it could be like a 7-7 match where the goalkeeper just can't block anything.
It didn't turn up.
It's like what? It's a different storyboard. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, true.
So
Oh my god.
neither of us have found our rolls yet, so we're still working on it, still plugging away.
Oh, is a binary gonna count? No. Alright. It's not even a binary, it's a Bunnelby. I can't even get the right rabbit now.
It's
Oh
a
my
shiny,
God,
so
what's
I
that
can take it, I guess. It's a Bunnelby, yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, binary I would have taken. Oh, I definitely found like I had like, especially like I was saying earlier, like I hadn't played since or before Sword and Shield. I hadn't played since Ruby Sapphire, or I guess technically Emerald. That my connection to like a lot of the Pokemon,
sleep.
and, like a lot of the Pokemon I like
Go
now,
sleep if
has
you
been
need it.
from the TV series as opposed to
Oh,
the connection from the game. So it's really weird how it's like worked out like that. It
yeah,
almost
I guess that
feels-
makes sense.
Yeah. I've started reading the manga recently as well. That is a different vibe. That is
Yes.
actually a different vibe.
I stopped just consuming the TV show a long time ago. But I've played every game, so a lot of my likes and dislikes for Pokemon come from experiences in playthroughs, in Nuzlocke, or I consume a lot of other people's playthroughs. So like, if there's someone that's really working for them or is really bad for them, I also kind of absorb some of that sentiment towards that Pokemon. So
Yeah. I mean, there's also Twitch Plays Pokemon, otherwise known as Shared Trauma.
yep.
That was like that. I can never see Flareon in the same light ever again. Like it's one of those things that's like stuck with me. And like Praise Helix is now like universally
Yep.
accepted everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure all the mods have been busy. I mean, it's how it is. We're all streaming, that's why.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
we're trying to take part in the event. Let's let's live little. I do get that. Yeah, I didn't watch the Twitch Plays Pokemon, but I've done a lot of research on it since it came out. Just like learning about it, and I watched a video about, oh, you know, this is where, you know, everything went to crap. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember like the sections that I was involved with. I vaguely remember. I remember us evolving it into a like the Eevee into a Flareon, and then not watching the next stream, and then coming back, and then Twitter like had exploded. I was like, what? Why is everyone talking about the Flareon? Like, what's happened? I remember trying to get into the 8th gym, and then just jumping over a ledge constantly for, I think, like 45 minutes to an hour.
Sounds about right.
And then Victory Road after that, which was insane. It was like, I'm sure that was like a really quick run through Victory Road when it was quicker to get to Victory Road than it was to get into the 8th gym. Or like something ridiculous like that. It was like really difficult to get through like one part. But the hive mind sort of came together at certain parts during it. And I was there for the Elite. I didn't leave for the Elite Four. I had to stick around.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I thought it's a cool concept. I would have left a long time ago, and also probably just would have watched it happen, because taking part of that, and I don't have like any control whatsoever. Like, I can put an input in, but
Yeah. I mean, you have like
you have like 1/1,000,000,000th of a percent of control.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like ridiculous. It's like I just let it happen, and I'll watch and I'll enjoy it. Have fun.
Yeah, I love the chaos, the chaotic energy.
It's definitely interesting. I know that they kind of branded into other people have started to use the similar ideas. Like, they'll do, oh, here's Battle Revolution with these two teams, and you put your channel points on what side's gonna win, and you can slightly influence things. Or I'm gonna do this run, and let's see if chat can beat this game before I beat it. When I'm playing like stupid hard difficulty, and you guys are get baby mode, just have to get through it. There's different things.
I saw, because I was doing like a bit of research the other day on just like some like Twitter analytics stuff. It's really boring, so I won't bother you with it. But what I did see was someone did a channel which was playing Twitch plays Slay the Spire.
Yep.
The card-based roguelike. I should know what it. Like, I'm pretty sure I have the most hours of any game that I've played on Steam is on Slay the Spire, but I can't remember what the categories are. But yeah, so yeah, they're like adapting it for like weird games that I wouldn't have thought that they would go for.
It's definitely an interesting take on playing a game. And I mean, I guess it makes sense for a channel if you're like, oh, I'm gonna be away, let me just play this, let you guys play this game while I'm away. But if I'm the streamer and, you know, I'm not actually contributing to how the game is played, and I'm just letting chat do it, I would absolutely hate it.
Yeah, who was the guy that did it recently? Ethan.
No, I didn't feel it. I didn't expect one.
Crank Games.
I have no idea.
I didn't know his name. I'm sure it's like Crank Games Play, or I'm pretty sure his name's Ethan as well. I'm pretty sure it's both. But yeah, he literally did Twitch Plays Pokemon again recently.
If you're not finding things, then don't do races for things that you can't find. It's my suggestion. Hope that helps you in the future. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a cool concept. It's just something that's a cool concept to me and not something I would want to implement.
Yeah, it's interactive for the community, but it's not interactive enough for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You're literally taking a back seat at that point. You're like, it's like role reversal, right?
So I'm gonna sit here and sip my cappuccino, and you guys have fun and do whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna like trash talk you for any fails. I'm gonna spam F in chat.
Yep.
That doesn't have it in my chat, but just in case.
It's also gonna be weird to interact. Like I'm trying to all this chat of like directions going on, and somebody actually typing a message. You're like, oh yeah, I gotta try to read that in the middle of all this crap that's going on.
Yeah, no sure.
That's gonna be a nightmare.
And how many people are actually going to be chatting?
Yeah, that depends too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so much stuff to think about. It's interesting though. And again, that kind of harks back to like the different types of content that people try and do on Twitch now.
Everything under the sun, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be something I would ever consider. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't consider doing that. It's not me. It's not my style.
No.
I like to play the game.
Would you do a hot tub stream before you did a...
No, I would play Twitch Plays Pokemon before I
Okay,
do a hot tub stream.
Alright, I just wanted to find out where the boundary was.
No, that...
I found it.
It's definitely a boundary. Yeah, that will never be something I do. And I will say that with a firm never will be something I do.
Yeah, I'll say it with my chest. It'd be the same. I'd same.
I want people to come because they enjoy the personality, not the look.
Yeah.
Rather. And I understand you can have personality in hot tub streams, but that's not why people are there. Like, if this is me telling you, that's not why people are there. At all.
No, 100%. It's it's a wild one.
But if you like it and you enjoy it, do you, boo boo. I ain't gonna stop you.
Yeah. You're not gonna raid into it, I can tell you that.
No. I definitely will probably will not support it. But yeah. If you want to do it, that's you.
Alright, so shall we raid into Amaranth, yeah? We all good?
Yeah, totally. Actually, it's too late for her to be live. She's live at like 5 o'clock or something.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know her stream schedule. I'm just throwing a number out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your word for it. I think it's too late for me to tell.
Pool closes at 9, bud. Sorry. There's a hard limit on it. You struck my standards, and like I refuse to do things that I see are quote unquote easy. I want to do things that I enjoy, and if it's not what everyone else enjoys, so be it. But I'm gonna do it because I enjoy it. And I'm gonna make content because I want to do it, not because hey, this is something that I might not quite like or ever would have considered, and except for the fact that it would get me views, and yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Metagaming, right?
Exactly. It's the same mentality of if everyone tells you to jump off a bridge, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It might be cool for content, but I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. I mean, probably only do it the once as well, right?
Yeah, you're only gonna do it the once, and then you're not gonna have a stream game.
Yeah, exactly.
I kept seeing this TikTok of there's some kind of it's got to be some kind of health show, and I don't remember what it was, but there's a guy and he went into the hospital because he does whatever his Twitch chat tells him to do. And so he's like, oh, I need surgery for, like, I have appendicitis or something, and like, I need surgery. And so he's like, Chad, can I get surgery for appendicitis? And they're like, no. It's like, oh, I guess I gotta abide by that. Like, I will never get to that point. I never want to see anyone get to that point because that's just unhealthy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's like, well, should I jump off this building? It's like, and everyone's like, do it. And it's like, okay.
Yeah. That's oh my god. Have you heard of Darren Brown?
I have not.
He's like a mentalist magician in the UK. It's like hypnosis and
Yeah. I got you. You're
trickery. Yeah. And like he did a special in the UK which was like he gave the audience the option of what they would do to this person, and the person didn't know like this stuff was happening. And it ended with him getting kidnapped, and but so the question was something like really simple, like, oh, you know, should he do this thing? And they said no, and so it's like, okay, he doesn't like look across the road before like walking, you know, something along those lines, and then there's a car that pulls up and then takes him away, and then like the audience are watching him like getting arrested, and then like the camera cuts out, and they're like, oh my god, what happened? Like, what happened? Like, well, you know, you've like led him down this path of like absolute, like, they obviously chose like all the terrible things along the way.
Yeah.
But the animosity of not like having no consequences for the choices that you're making for someone else, and then having that realization of, oh no, I've actually caused possible harm to this person. And it was like that sudden, like, oh no, this is partly my fault. This has happened. It was very interesting. I mean, even though you know the ending, it's still worth a watch. It's still like, it's cool to see stuff like that happen. He is like, he's a very interesting person. I saw him live once a few years ago, and yeah, it's definitely mesmerizing is like the right word for it. You're like, it feels like you've been put in like a state of mind.
So it's like,
if you're like susceptible to that kind of stuff, like there are people that just are not susceptible to it.
that's fair. Yeah. I remembered it had to be like, I feel like it had to be somebody who kind of had like really no fear, or it was somebody who was like tired or something they were inhibited.
Yeah.
So, like if you're like fully conscious and like wide awake, that wouldn't work. But if you were like sleepy or tired or anything like that, which night shows would be like, I guess. You worked the whole day.
Yeah, true.
But also there is that, you know, the conspiracy of, oh, this is just all fake, and they know who they're picking, and you know, everything that's going on is fine. You know, that van kidnapped that guy, but you know, it was like producers of the show.
Yeah, it was always going to happen. It was just whatever. Like, oh my god, I said this earlier today. The illusion of choice.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the phrase was. Yeah, it is interesting. But like, I mean, he's normally quite open and honest with like the process. Like he, like, quote unquote, guessed the correct lottery numbers once, or you know, other stuff like that. And he straight up says like it's all just trickery. Like,
Yep.
it's his job. He's a magician. Like that's what it's meant to. You're meant to feel like you've been had or conned, or something right hasn't happened because you think that you're a smart enough person to not fall for a silly trick.
But you do anyway.
Yeah. People be people, right?
People be less intelligent than they thinks they is.
Wasn't gonna say it. Wasn't gonna say it.
I'm gonna say it. It's the internet. Nobody cares about my opinion.
True. At the same time, they absolutely do. If everyone else cares about it, then they suddenly care about it.
Yeah, whatever. It's all, you know. I said that because I obviously know in the meta of the internet that, you know, saying a controversial opinion is going to get me to blow up, so it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
totally know what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, I need to check how many encounters I've done now.
127.
You say 327?
I said 427 because you were at 300 just a little bit ago.
Yeah, I'm still in the 300s.
Oh,
I think it was like 347.
yeah, I just saw it. So yeah, 347.
Yeah.
I'm glad the content's been entertaining at least. So
It has. It's been a great conversation as well.
not often. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Like I've been a part of many multis where it's like, hey, just kind of doing it.
Exactly. Yeah, and just like mute, and then it's almost like a normal stream.
Mute side conversation. Man, this guy sucks. Why am I doing this?
Yeah. I mean, you have a camera. I can't see the cam at the moment, so you could just be like shaking your head to like every opinion I've come out with. I'll watch the VOD.
I hit the record button. That's on me. Nah, I just have a video of my face really close for no reason. Totally not deleting it while I'm hunting you. Yeah, it's literally just my face really close up. Hey, goodbye. I need to fix that. Let me load. I have a really zoomed in face cam for important things to say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you're like, shake your head no, and I was making faces in the really zoomed in face cam.
It's the chat. I need a word with you.
No, the fun part is I have two, so I have one that's like it's just a full face cam. We'll zoom in. It's like, okay, we need to talk, and then it's like, this is real serious. I've always been a fan of the multiple camera angle kind of content. I watched somebody, and they have like a news thing. It's like somebody will say something in chat, and it's like a really dumb opinion or something like that. They'll say something stupid. And the streamer will have a camera like to their right or to their left. And they'll transition to that scene. It'll play like a news broadcast.
Right.
And so while it's transitioning, they turn their face to look at the other camera and start talking into it like they're a newscaster. And then it goes back to the other camera. So it's kind of cool, but
I mean, that is cool. I do like that.
double setup is kind of rough.
Yeah, that's.
It's nice to have that emphasis, though.
Yeah. And that's like literally committing to the bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I commit to the bit all the time. Just the people I've worked with have not, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's the bit." Now it's not a bit because it's meta.
Broken.
You had to say something. You couldn't just let it go. The best part about bits is like if you get other people to commit to it as well.
Yes. Yeah.
If you can't get other people, it's just you look stupid. And that is part of it. So
I mean, I'm used to that.
I'm used to that too. I mean, I see my face cam for multiple hours on day, so I get it. I look in the mirror occasionally, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how I'm gonna.
Just get it.
When it comes around to it.
It is a weird process because I was a streamer who didn't show their face for the longest time. Mostly because like I have a little bit of anxiety about it, and like My parents drilled into me. The internet's a bad place. Don't do things that don't let people know about you on the internet. It's terrible. You're gonna get like DOS or something, and everyone's gonna come and attack you. I'm like, okay, that's a little overkill, but fine. But I was very hesitant to do it, and eventually I'm like, I'm shiny hunting. I'm gonna want people to see my reactions. I'm gonna want, it's more personal. Yeah, I got 70 rolls. I got one.
Oh no, no,
Yes.
no.
Yes. Yes. I didn't expect it. That's completely unexpected.
I didn't think it was gonna happen today. I didn't.
I
Think
didn't either. I really didn't. Come on. Crit cap. Let's go. I'm sorry. I'm taking that. Taking that.
I mean, yeah, that's all you, buddy. I had a brilliant encounter at the same time. Well, GG, buddy. That's all on you. Is it male or female? Check it.
I didn't look, but if you guys want to get nature suggestions, I'll look at all that stuff in a minute. I'm just gonna keep circling a little bit so people can populate questions. So yeah, so about face cams.
Yeah.
It was a big jump for me. It was really hard to do it myself. Luckily, I had Jimmy, one of my mods, who was here earlier. Was asleep now because he lives in the UK as well. We were doing a stream together, and he was part of that, so he helped me through it. But yeah, it took a little bit. It's like I have to get used to. There's something I'm looking at. It's like a camera, and luckily I had some experience with theater, and so I'm used to people watching me do stupid things.
Right, got you.
But now I don't even think about it. It's like I'm streaming, whatever. Hit what's up.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. I can definitely see that playing a role. I'm hoping like the whole musician stage, like getting over stage fright, that's kind of going to help me eventually when it comes around. But we'll see. It's one step at a time, right?
All right. I'm gonna take a look at it now. It is neutral, which is docile, and it has a mark. I got the sleepy time mark.
Oh, you know what? I feel that. That's such a
nice. I'll take it, and it's female, so it's not a goalie, but that's fine.
That's fine. You know what? I think I'm happy to call it there. I'm happy to concede on that mark.
On that mark, yeah. Sleepy time is good. It's like it's telling you something. It's like go to bed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep.
I think, and this is like classic Vox branding. All my marked shinies are quite sleepy marked.
Nice. I actually got the rare mark earlier this week. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What was that on?
That was on a Frigoref.
Oh, cool. That's nice to get it on.
It was fun. I was glad to get it. I didn't realize it. I had never paid attention to marks at that point in time. So it's like, oh, there's a mark, and that's the rare one. And someone's like, it's full odds. It's 1 in 1,000. I'm like, what? There's no way. Sure enough. So I really appreciate streaming with you. It was a lot of fun. I think we had some really good conversation.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great to like get to know you a bit better as well.
Yeah, if you're ever down to do it again, let me know. I'm 100% available.
Yeah, 100%. I think we might need to pick an easier method next time.
It's just something that's not ridiculous.
Wolf,
like that.
I hope you're looking forward to doing the same again tomorrow. I don't know if he's going for Masula, to be fair. Is there anyone in particular you're looking out to raid out to?
So I usually go to people who are streaming in the, well, since we're doing the event, go to people who are also doing the event. So I see Jimmy and Kong are live. If you want to do them.
Yeah. Who would you rather go to?
they're both like really good friends. So
Yeah,
whoever
yeah.
you know more, I would say, is probably a better pick for you.
I mean, I don't know either particularly well. I guess I know Jimmy a little bit better, but that makes me want to go to Kong more because he raided me a few days ago as well.
Fine.
So
Go
we
to
like
Kong and
chill
I'll
out.
go to Jimmy. That works for me.
Awesome, cool.
Sounds
We've got
great,
rid of, a possibly long conversation.
Long
trying to work out
conversation.
which way to go.
You're like, I want to do this. I kind of want to do the other thing, and I'm like, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the decision.
Yeah, please do. I'm already lurking in Jimmy's chat as well. I forgot about that.
I've been around in there since the beginning of their streams. They started like right before we did, so weird that they're still alive because
Yeah,
not long streamers. So they must be having a great time.
yeah. I hope it's going well. Cool. Well, awesome. Well, again, as always, everyone, thanks for coming by. Thanks for joining us. It's been great fun. Thank you, Seth, for the raid as well. And
Thank you, Wolfos.
I will catch you all again soon.
Yep.
Anything else you would like to say?
If you want to check out more for this event, I Multi Mayhem in my chat will give you the link to the Discord server. You can join us over there. Of course, if you're not checking out Vox and you didn't jump over there, make sure you go check out Vox for more, because we're going to be continuing this for the rest of this week and into next week up until the 14th. So I don't know who I have tomorrow. I think I have Kinix tomorrow. So if you want to hang out, that's what I'll be doing.
Nice.
But-
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right, then. Well, good night, everyone. I'll see you all again soon.
Yeah, so I got a clip from your fire red and leaf green.
Oh my god, we got it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got the Charmander.
Let's go.
Oh, nice.
Jesus Christ.
That's a good one.
Oh, I didn't think it would happen so soon.
Stay safe, everybody. See you next time.
Let's
I think you
go.
do. All right, bye.